Can you hear me? Piggy Way, we're going live. It's another day. It's Sunday. How are you? I know some were in here first, but I want to make special mention. Joy Sturd came in, liked, and shared. Don't know if she's still there, but appreciate her coming in, liking, and sharing. That's a great honor, considering she has other concerns, and it's awesome that she is that good to come in and do that. See, Josie, I know Sandy was in here, is in here. Have it up there talking about the oil getting hot. Linda told him to pinch her when it's time. She's sleepy. And let's see, there's Christine Gio.
You see where Miss Linda had been in here?
I know I done mentioned her.
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry. I was in the kitchen.
I talked about where she told Abbott to pinch her when it started. She'd get sleepy.
Did you pinch your Abbott?
There's Josie, there's Abbott again. Abbott says, pinch Linda. Joe says, the party has started. Oh, yeah, we have a party. Do, do, do. Ba-do, 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 ba-do. Let's see. Now, mention Joy, of course. Joy, that's a real honor to me that you come on in and do that. I saw your hashtag not today. Everything. Honored and privileged that among all your concerns, you still do that. That's just something else. Anywho, well, folks, I went ahead and made a video last night after her live that we've got scheduled to come out Tuesday.
Hey, Homestead in the Wood. I guess that's D. Yeah, with D.
Homestead in the Wood with D. And I might do something else, change it out, because I'm pretty hardcore in that video. I'm talking about wowza, woo woo. Y'all know how I am about wowza, woo woo. Because there's a whole lot of wowza, woo woo out there that put themselves in that wowza, woo woo. But if I put it out, I don't know if those who are actually wowza, woo woo will get it. And if others who have legitimate stuff will, Butler Family Farm, howdy, will understand that I ain't talking about them. So I may have Elaine let me listen to that and see how it goes and see what I think of it listening to it. See whether or not I need to do something else.
I hope he decides soon because I think got it edited and uploaded.
Well, I said I'll have you let me listen to it and we'll go from there.
Yeah.
So just be forewarned, folks, that if that's the one that comes out, I ain't talking about everybody. Because I do mention in there that, I got some wowza, woo woo of my own. And I mention a lot of what it is. But I don't talk about it a lot because folks, there's other folks out there that got worse woo-woos than I got. Mm-hmm. And they are legitimate. Not that mine ain't, but they are legitimate. These folks out there was much bigger fish to fry about things. And what really gets me is the ones that are facing the really bad, legitimate causes for complaint are facing it with a smile and keeping a good attitude, even among what's going on. They have their moments. of course, you know, I can understand that. I mean, it's a heavy load, you know, but they're mostly going day by day, keeping a good attitude, keeping a good front going, you know. And I'm sure those closest to them, you know, they have their breakdowns and whatnot and everything. And that's understandable.
Yeah, I just want to say, if anybody had a reason to wowsy wowsy woo woo, it would be Miss Joy and Mr. Scott. And yet they get on, yeah, they share what they're going through, but it's not wowsy wowsy woo woo. It's not today.
They have a fighter's attitude.
Yeah, we're gonna make it through tomorrow. We're not. It's not today, and not tomorrow either.
Miss Susie, she has a fighter's attitude. She keeps a good attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's one other out there, folks, that I know of that I haven't said who is, and I won't say who is. That's got a cancer battle ahead of her too. But if she decides to say that it's her, fine. Or if when she chooses someone to put it out there for her, which I foresee Pooch being the one that she selects, and he would be a great selection. Uh, Butler, I don't want to know. I don't want to know about that. Might be more than I want to know. Terry Leonard, howdy.
Hi, Terry. Welcome in.
Butler said I baked my fish.
I bake fish, fry fish. So I think otherwise I cook fish.
Well, it's just that Butler told Dee.
Yeah.
I
always joke and bake my fish.
Yeah.
Butler said, you said fish to fry. And he said he bakes his fish. Okay.
Oh. Well, I wasn't talking about baking fish. I thought I saw something where he said something else, and I didn't want to know about it.
Would. Oh, he put a video out today about that.
Yeah, he said he had a wood video he put out this morning. Y'all know how the piggy's mind works. I didn't want to know about that. You know, my mind went somewhere else, you know. So anyway, but yeah, these folks with bigger concerns. Yeah, I'm messed up. I've got nerve damage to the spinal cord. I get up with aches and pains. I go to bed with aches and pains. Mine will never get better. You know, just how it is. So I deal with it. So I don't talk about it a lot because it just is what it is. The ones I talk about, though, the ones I'm thinking of, are the ones that all they ever do when they get on here is, oh my God, this is going on. I've got to deal with this and I've got to deal with that. Oh, wowsy, wowsy, wait. And most of the time they cause the situation themselves. You know, get over it. You've done talked about it. Now do something about it. It is what it is. Okay? That happened. Now let's see what we got to do to fix it. But they just keep every video on and on and on. We got to do this. We got to do that. Well, yeah, we know you got to do that. You've done drilled it in 100,000 times. You know, and all you're doing is talking about it and wowsy woo woo about it. It's all negative.
Mm-hmm.
Put some positive in there and start talking about what you're going to do about it. Well, just blew a tire. Okay, let's get the spare out, see what we do about it. Yeah, that's just how I see it. I get, yeah. There's some I like to try to keep up with, just try to keep up with them, you know, see how they're doing, see if they ever pull themselves up by the bootstraps. But man, they ain't but so much wowsy woo woo a person can listen to.
Yep, that's the truth of it.
You know, so in that video, that's what I'm talking about. So if I listen to it and still say, okay, I'm gonna let it go out there, just bear in mind, if the shoe don't fit, don't try to wear it. You know.
Oh, wait.
But if there's any doubt in your mind that it does fit, like Morgan Freeman said, lace that bitty up and wear it by Ned.
Oh, yeah, we found some nerds. Love my nerds. I bought 4 packs of them. Piggy and I got 2 each.
Because they the old school kind. They ain't that gummy crap kind.
I bought gummy nerds. Mm-mm.
I don't like gummy, nothing.
Piggy has enough gummy when he don't wear his dentures.
Well, no, it's not that. If I wanted to gnaw on something that was kind of rubbery like that, you know, I kind of, hello, how you doing? I ain't going there. I hope they wasn't none of y'all drinking a sip of something at that moment.
Speaking of that, has anybody heard from Blue Nose lately? I hadn't seen him in a long time.
I ain't either. Wonder what's up with him. I subbed up to him. I don't see no notifications come up for his little shorts or anything else.
It's like he just disappeared.
Dropped off the face of the earth. Boy, that's good stuff. She rent me, folks. I used to just drink my plain water. Well, she gets tired of drinking just plain water. She can't drink coffee or regular milk because that's going to send her somewhere doing the explosive kind. And she's tried other things. And she can't do it because, yeah. And
I drink tea. My sugar stays up all day.
yeah, so that messes her up. So she has to mainly drink Gatorade now because she wasn't doing that before, but now she does because it helps her out a lot. But other than that, it's mainly water. She can't stand mainly water.
Yeah, Joey, I've noticed there's been a lot of people leaving you too.
And everything. So we found these little drops you can put in your water for flavor. And some of them have energy to go with it. They got caffeine and B vitamins in them. And yeah. And so we started getting those. I never thought twice about the water I'm drinking. Of course, we got a filter on it now, made it a little better. And we got to drinking these drops. Tastes real good. We got black cherry. Oh man, is it good? Well, we run out, and it's gonna be a couple of days before we went to the store and everything. So I was drinking I got my water, straight water, out of the filter. Oh my God, it was better. I said, "That's really what it was like?" She goes, "Yeah." I never noticed it before until after I didn't have my little flavor drops put in there. So she's right, me, folks. Gotta have my drops.
Carrie Leonard drinks some in her water too.
Different kind of drops, Buck. We ain't talking about a Ken Kesey type deal here, okay? Yeah, I know about Ken and I know about his little buzz. I read a book by him on that. Oh, yeah. Wild times, I'm here to tell you.
Oh,
but the thing about Ken, though, was that somebody that was having a bad trip, he could talk them down while he was up there with them. Now, that's talent. Joy, I can imagine. Then again, maybe I don't want to. That might be too wild even for the piggy to contemplate. Timothy Leary. Why do I know that name?
I've heard that name, and I know it.
Was he the guy that actually came up with that stuff? Because I know Ken Kesey, he had went to one of them government things where they test you and they give you different things so they could do tests on different chemicals and stuff they were using. Ken Kesey happened to get the good one.
Timothy Leary was an American psychologist and author known for his strong advocacy of psychedelic drugs. Evaluation of Leary, evaluations of Leary are polarized, range from bold oracle to publicity hound. So that's where I've heard of it.
Well, Ken had found him after all of that. Ken enjoyed his stay with those government studies. And after all that, he found him a chemist that was able to. Hang on a minute, Christine. We'll get one of them and show it to you.
Get a couple of them because they're different ones.
And anyway, he found a chemist that came real close to, if not right on the money, of what the government was giving him in that study. And it was on after that. And Ken had a lot of trouble with the government because of it. He wound up having to run to Mexico. And when he finally come back, they let him come back as long as he naysayed everything he had said about.
Now, take account, these are Aldi brand. You can get different ones at different grocery stores. That's the energy one.
Hope you can see that pretty good. Trying to get that glare off of it. There we go.
And this is Piggy's all-time favorite right there.
This one with the energy?
No, that was the one with the energy. That's the black cherry. That's the acai berry.
Oh. They've got one that's just flavored with the energy in it.
But you have to get that one. It's the name brand. It's called Bio something at Food Line.
That glare don't want to get off of it. There we go. That's a little better.
Mm-hmm. Then they got this one, which is a mixed berry.
Yeah.
And then they've got this one, which is lemonade. Like I said, you can they got all different flavors.
They're made by Pure, P-U-R, Aqua. Pure Aqua.
Like I said, we get ours at Aldi, but you can buy them at different places, and they have Kool-Aid flavors. They have soda flavors. They have the fruit flavors.
They got a lot of different flavors.
Yeah.
Purdy!
Hi, Tish.
No judgment here. Tish Ross. But anyway, Ken Kesey came back. He naysayed. But at the end of it, he still said that he encouraged everybody to step through that door just one time. I don't think I want to. Yeah, ain't nothing like well water, Joy.
If I had well water, I wouldn't have to add flavor to it.
Right. There's a lot of that stuff in that type of water that we're meant to actually have. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that city water, yeah.
We know 2 days before it's going to come a good rain here because they bleached the water. Everybody says it's chlorine. No, it's bleached.
Christine said, so do you feel the energy?
I do when I drink the one with the energy, and it actually helps because it's got that little bit of caffeine in it.
Yeah.
So that helps me so I don't have to drink sodas.
Oh, Lord. I'm jealous, Avid. He said he got some spring water where he's at.
Yeah, spring water and well water is the best. If I had either one of those, I wouldn't be paying the price for that other stuff. But it's cheaper than buying soda pops.
Yeah.
I mean, that
So,
Piggy will tell you last year I was big on the Cokes.
oh yeah, that messed her up too.
Yeah. Between the sugar and everything, it kept me messed up.
So we've had to figure out different ways of doing things. Be able to have a little flavor other than just water.
Besides chlorine, nasty.
Yeah, besides chlorine. It didn't bother me before until I started doing these, and after I started doing these and had to have just plain water, it showed up. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, what's funny is he says I ruined him. I didn't ruin him. I got him from me. And he decided to try them. Well, he liked
She
them.
ruined me, folks.
I didn't do nothing. Christine says they have well water. Man, oh man, that'd be awesome to have well water.
Wouldn't it though? That'd be awesome. So anyway, that's the thing about Ken Kesey. Here's the reason why all that stuff popped up. And I read that book of his. They had some wild times. Did they ever have some wild times? And yeah. So me personally, I don't think I ever want to step through that door because I know what's there. So
I stepped through enough doors while I was going through chemo. I don't need to step through no more.
and I tell you, you know, oh, Christine,
I'm going to say, yep, Christine.
I'm going to refrain on that.
Oh, my.
But he talking about, and I've heard others who have dabbled talking about. This has been about 20, 30 years ago. I've heard some who dabble, who talk about younger ones coming up talking about how many micro dots they took. Ken Kesey's days weren't no micro dot to it. There were tons and tons of milligrams in what they took. There was no milli to the grams that they took. I'll put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
You talk about they didn't just crack the door open with a microdot. They threw that door open and jumped in about 30 feet.
Hey there, Ginger.
Ginger! Man, I tell y'all what, if y'all have not seen her steer simmer video,
I didn't that look good. Beef tenderloin.
if I'd have thought there might still be some left, I'd have told Elaine, let's get in the car and go. Because, man, you talk about looking good. It didn't just have the meat in it, it had cheese.
Oh, my breath.
And it had Piggy's favorite bread.
Oh, my breath.
Uh-huh.
Oh, man, that looks so good.
So if y'all have not seen her video on that for steer timber, y'all need to. And Christine, like I said in comments, you got your work cut out for you, girl. Not that you can't come up to the challenge, because I've seen stuff you've done. It's been nice. But she's put something up for you to really have to sit back and think about. Of course, it would be for me. I don't know how to cook. Y'all know how to cook, so you might have an idea. Uh-oh. I am. She said, Piggy, you're going to be sad when you see my video. You are a mess. I can't wait to see it.
Maybe said I still have smoked brisket vacuum seal. Oh man.
And Avid, here she was wanting good brisket here the other day.
Yeah, and I got disappointed.
Yeah. I'm not going to say the simile that I could for the kind of disappointment she had at that.
Hey, Mama Becker, stay welcome in, hon. Yeah, let's just say that I was highly disappointed in that barbecue place, and
Yeah, it's kind of like she was sitting there expecting that mimosa, and she got seltzer water. That's the kind of disappointment.
yeah, like I said, I'm looking forward to Christine's video because I know Christine can rise to the challenge. I've seen her Wild Game November videos.
I seen that one where she braided that bacon and wrapped it around it. Oh man, Mama Bear.
Yeah, for anybody that hadn't seen Ginger's video that we're talking about, I linked it there in chat. And the link at the top of chat that is pinned is to Dale's devotional tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. And if for some reason anybody does not want to go to Dale's devotional, Noodle November 2021 live stream is going on tonight. If you've watched the Noodle November videos, there's going to be a live giveaway. So,
I can wrap piggies around foods as well. Yeah, I've seen examples of what you can do, Abbott. And look good, too. Well, I had my snack of celery, cream cheese, and everything bagel seasoning.
that sounds good. So if I'm doing celery, I really like pimento cheese in my celery.
I love a good pimento cheese.
Yeah, I'm going to have to make some of that here soon.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
I got to figure out which of those boards I'm going to do first. I'm probably working on all of them at one time.
So, Abbott, if you're paying attention, you might be learning something. And Piggy does love a really good pimento cheese.
Yeah. Oh, pork belly, man.
Well, you just do that, Abbott. And if you want to, you can get involved with that steer simmer thing that Derek Fowler 1973 has got going on. I bet you can come up with a good video for that. Just speaking of great cooks.
Oh, thank you.
Have you seen Elaine Welcome to My Kitchen streusel cheesecake and olive spread? Well, actually, you can find some great recipes on all of her cooking videos.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, if anybody wants a recipe and everything, just let me know and I'll put it in my community tab. Just ask Ginger. I sent her the pecan pie recipe that way.
Abby, that's some pretty good stuff. That pimento cheese. Oh man. That or real Parmesan.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all seen those big tubs of sour cream, the really big industrial tubs of sour cream. Well, I had some of the tubs that were empty and used them for stuff when we got married. And I made up some cheese, pimento cheese. That wasn't for the wedding, it was for my bridal shower. I made up pimento cheese. And I had about half a tub of that stuff left. It was gone in a day and a half. Piggy went to town on the pimento cheese. Cheddar bacon cheese logs. I could do the bacon and cheddar. I mean, those are good.
Abbott, I understand that. I'm just saying. Piggy loves pimento cheese.
Yes, he loves pimento cheese. Yes, he will eat a whole container of
pimento cheese. Cheddar bacon cheese log sounds good.
Yeah.
But I love pimento cheese. I love Parmesan cheese, real Parmesan.
But said peanut butter in my celery. Peanut butter's good in celery too. Yes.
Ew.
Both. Ooh, that'd be good. Peanut butter's good on apples. I like peanut butter on apples.
Yeah, it is.
But that olive spread that Tish mentioned up there, that actually goes in celery as they fill
Yeah.
it.
Now, Tish, that olive spread we took down there to Ginger and Joe, not for nothing, and Joe fixed it for you. And turns out Joe likes olive stuff, so we left it with them. And that cake we left with them too.
Hi, Dan.
Dynamo! That's my man right there.
My ears are ringing now. Most definitely hugs to Dom.
Yeah. And we left that cake down there. It did not last long, from what I understand.
Hey, as long as it was enjoyed, that's the main thing.
That's the main thing. And we did the first taste testing of it with Elaine and Ginger down there while we was down there.
Oh,
Ginger, is that a hint? As in, more.
if Ginger likes strawberry, we might make that strawberry delight pie and take to her.
Y'all see how she does, folks. And I love strawberries. I also love blueberries. So
I have a feeling they'll like that. Like I said, it can be done with crackers, with vegetables. That's a good spread. And it's actually my aunt's recipe, but she got it from somebody else, but I learned it from her. And what's funny is I know she made it for well over 20 years.
Dan said, if you guys haven't seen my video of Dom reeling in his new big fish in the community post, check them out. We will do that.
Share the link on that, Dan, so we can go do it.
No, Abby, that's not what I mean. What I mean is we'll be talking about one good thing, and then she'll bring up something that sounds like it might be even better. Well, you had that in your brain. Why didn't you do that instead of, yeah.
Oh, that's great. Josie's a regular now on Mama Bear's channel. Well, it's not because of us, Mama Bear. It's because he likes your content, and that's what it's all about. We might have shared you out of whatever, but that's all up to you because somebody comes to your channel.
Mama Bear, he's seen you in here, so he's obviously took it upon himself to come see you there, and he apparently likes what he sees, and he likes being a part of your life and seeing what you got going on in your life, and so there he is. So that's not really thanks to us. We were just a medium by which y'all met.
Ginger, if he likes pecan pie, if he likes cheesecake, I have a pecan pie cheesecake recipe on the channel too under desserts playlist.
Evan, I'm sure it would be no different than me sitting here listening to her do the very same thing.
Thank you for dropping that, Dan. Yeah, Dan will drop the link.
Yeah, so y'all go check that out and watch Dom.
Yeah, I pulled it up so I can watch it here in a little bit.
See, Joe, let me know. I pegged it right. You know. No, Avid, you have no idea. It wouldn't be worse. Equal, maybe, but it wouldn't be worse. She sits here and she does nothing but think about recipes and working recipes and doing recipes and looking up recipes and talking about those recipes. And then while she's talking about that recipe, something will hit her brain about what she could do to make that recipe better. And pretty much 24/7, 365. And so, no, it wouldn't be worse. You're good, Abbott. I know you're good. But
you
being,
talk fishing and other things. I only talk cooking. That's it, basically.
the only thing she talks about fishing is when she's talking about it being in her pan, frying it up.
I mean, literally, y'all, this is no lie. My brain literally thinks about food, cooking food, what I need to do, what can I make the whole time I'm awake. And even sometimes when I'm sleeping. So constantly, my brain is working on something food related.
Her brain on food is like Danny Stone on fishing.
Yeah. Most definitely.
There just ain't nothing else.
That's while he's fishing. Thinks about food. Yeah, I mean, you start thinking about things, and like I haven't said, you start on one recipe, time you're done, you've already thought about 3 or 4 other things you could have done or can do or have already done them.
Chris thinks it, oh, goodness, I'd weigh 300 pounds if I lived with a lean.
Well, the thing about it is, I try not to make a lot of sweets all the time. It may seem like I make a lot of sweets, but I really don't. Now, this month, I'm going to be making quite a few sweets, but it's like I told some people last night in my chat. A lot of that I'm making this month is going to be put in the freezer that we can eat on, because I have 3 main videos coming out this month besides my signature dish, and it's the charcuterie board, the party board, and the cooking candy board. And the cooking candy board, I'm going to have 3 types of candy and I think 6 types of cookies. The party board, I have probably about 9 different items on it. And the charcuterie board, I don't know what all I'm going to put on it yet. I've got a lot of lists of things, but I might add some.
Yeah, we're going to see if Aldi's has any more of them boards that I found. Maybe get 1 or 2 more. Give her some options for working on.
I said I woke up in the middle of the night with a whole new recipe. Yeah, I do that. I do. I understand that. Mama Bear Christine said she's ready for fishing weather.
Well,
now, if I lived with you, I'd be 300 pounds again. You better cook than I am. I can tell you that right now. I've seen the way you cook.
That's the thing about Joy's cooking. It seems really simple, but man, it's so good.
I can tell it's good just from looking at it.
Yeah. She's one of them old cast iron cooks.
Oh man.
It don't get no better.
And just think, y'all, she's teaching her kids to cook the way she cooked. How she learned how to cook.
Yeah, one of them's a sushi chef, and he's still having to learn from Mama. If that tells you anything.
Candied grits and candied brisket. Oh man, that sounds good.
It does, don't
it? Scott, rambling with the brooms.
Brooms.
Brooms. Okay.
Like sweepy.
Yeah, brooms. Yeah.
It just said that fish is huge.
Yeah, I pulled up the link so I could watch it.
Yeah.
And
I'll have to watch it. That's one of the things I like saying about stuff is good dads out there teaching their kids, sons and daughters, how to do things, whether it be fishing, working on a car, woodworking, giving them a good foundation.
Hey, Sampy.
Sampy. Yeah. PSV Odyssey in there.
Hey, Paul, PSV Odyssey, welcome in. Thank you, Christine. I got the love of cooking from my mom and my grandmother. My grandmother was one of those cooks that you could, she could take nothing and make something. Always.
Christine, how well I know she is.
Yeah. And that's actually not as big as it used to be.
No, it ain't. Used to be bigger. Song? What song? Mama Bear, bacon, eggs, and toast is a good breakfast.
Made breakfast is some breakfast.
Somebody said something about the song being good.
Joe C said that song is good. I made sausage, bacon, sausage, gravy, and biscuits.
Dang it, I wasn't there.
Piggy got cereal this morning. I got up. Wasn't feeling great when I got up.
So we went to the store, got some cereal milk. And that's what we had.
Yeah. Piggy was looking for Frosted Flakes, and the only big bag of Frosted Flakes I had was partly open. He wasn't getting them. I wouldn't blame him. I wouldn't get them either.
Bear said she's slowly trying. What you slowly trying?
Probably cooking. Oh, that's what she was talking about a while ago.
Well, honey, you again, you're involved with a lot of folks here that there's a lot of good cooks in this community. Let me tell you, whether it be Avid, Miss Joy, Elaine, Christine, Ginger, yeah, Pooch. Sorry, Tish, I know you don't cook. You're like me. But you're fortunate that you got a man that knows how and loves to cook. So Chris, Mama Bear, you involved in a place where there's a whole lot of cooks to draw off of because you can follow their videos and how they do. Dale at 9 Acre Farms, he's a good cook. I watched him on his video, and he was making his for the steer simmer, and he was making that gravy he made. That boy knows how to make gravy.
Oh, that sounds good.
Pizza casserole, yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell anybody, y'all want to see some great cooks, I can name y'all some great cooks. I truly can. Depending on what kind of cooking you want to learn.
Right.
Now, if you want some Asian cooking.
Ginger says she got a question on the pecan pie recipe. Is the 9-inch pie shell a deep dish or just regular?
Just regular crust.
Avid? Yes, sir. Watch Dale. Y'all birds of a feather on stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know if he's quite at your level with the meats. But he ain't shabby. I would dang sure eat at his table any day.
Oh, you're welcome, Ginger.
Yeah. But Mama Bear, again, you're among a bunch of people here that got a bunch of videos. Jefferson!
Hi, Jefferson.
That can definitely teach you through their videos. And Elaine, she likes to get detailed on everything, like she's teaching and everything. And I'll get on there and I'll ask the stupid questions because a lot of people won't ask certain questions for fear of feeling stupid. So I'll ask them while on there so that way she can answer them. And, I do that deliberately just for the benefit of those who might have a question. But y'all know human nature, most people will not ask questions a lot of times because they'll feel like they're being stupid or feel like they'll be seen as stupid. So therefore will not ask the question. But, I had a DI in boot camp teach us this one time. Said the only dumb question there is the one that was never asked.
See it.
You trying to learn something, you want to know something, and you've got a question. Well, how can you get an answer if you don't ask?
See it.
So that's why I do that. Doing how I do. Y'all know how I do. Get silly and everything, make it fun. But I do that. She's trying, but see, that's where where the problem is. So guess what? Fix it.
I'm going to say this right here real quick, please. When it comes to cooking, and I'm saying cooking, not baking, cooking, there is a difference. When you're cooking, you can skip some steps in the process and still turn out a good dish. In baking is a science to where you really have to follow the steps.
They're both a science.
Yeah.
In cooking, you have to know what steps you can skip
Right.
and how you can skip them. It's like in construction, and I'm sure that Joe C will relate to this. You can get by with certain things in construction, but you have to know what things you can skip by and what things you can't. Or like Scott with trucking.
Scott's been baking all day. That's what I'm gonna be doing for the next 2 weeks after tomorrow and Tuesday.
Scott rambling with the Brums. He knows how to drive truck. He knows what things he can get away with and what he can't.
Rambling with the brooms.
Right.
See, you correct me, I have to correct you, sir.
But it's something that applies to anything that you do in life. You're a carpenter, you're into construction, you're a truck driver, you're this or that or the other or whatever. And each thing, if you are a pro, you know what things can be skipped, what things can't. And that's what makes a difference. The cooking is still a science. Baking more so. Mm-hmm. I won't disagree, because even though I don't know how to cook or bake, don't want to. Mama Bear wants to know if you've got a cherry pie recipe.
I've got one, but I think I've got one around here. I have not put one out yet.
Any of you other cooks on here got a cherry pie recipe?
Yeah, if any of y'all have a cherry pie recipe, please let Mama Bear Christine know.
Because Mama Bear, I'm going to tell you, some of these cooks on here, you talk about getting fat if I was able to be around all of them.
I'd say if anybody does, Miss Joy probably does.
Yeah. She said, you ain't kidding, and I found science. Yes, I do, animals. I love watching you play with your wood.
You know what's funny, Tish? I barely passed science with like a C. So I'm young.
I love science, but I don't like to cook. I have my reasons.
Christine, I can tell you the most or the easiest cherry pie recipe. Get a frozen deep dish pie crust. Get a can of cherry pie filling. Now this is the easiest. And get you one refrigerated pie crust. Put your cherry pie filling into that deep dish pie crust. You might need 2 cans to fill it up. And put that refrigerated crust on top of that. Put some vent holes in the top. Or if you want to make a lattice out of it, cut it into strips and make the lattice. Either way you want to do it. And then bake it probably at 350 for about 55 minutes.
Could she take those canned biscuits or the canned crescent rolls or whatever and use those and strip them out and lay across it?
It wouldn't be the same as pie crust.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, that's the easiest recipe I can tell you about. If you want to make everything from scratch, I can give you the recipe for the pie crust and come up with something, find something for the cherries for you. But to be honest with you, that's the only cherry pie I've made is one like that, and that was years ago. I haven't made a cherry pie in probably 30 years or better. I guess I'm going to be making one.
But said I remember those old ceramic bird pie events.
Yeah, I do too. And Piggy's looking like, what? It's a little ceramic bird that'll they barely come out the top of the crust, and the mouth is open and allows the heat to vent out from the bottom up to the top of the little bird, so that your pie doesn't kind of explode up. It allows the heat to vent out. And then when you cut your pie, you're cutting at the edge of that pie, of that little bird, when you take it out.
So it serves a twofold purpose.
Mhm.
Gives you something to guide by and vents the heat.
Mhm.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Piggy learned something new that he didn't know.
I'll probably forget it by tonight. Jefferson Einstein, it sure is. All right, Junior, we'll be waiting on you.
All right, get up here.
All right, everybody, hurry. Leave.
Oh no. Please stay. Please stay.
I'm just messing with Ginger.
Yeah, I was going to say, the Piggy did say that he's going to cut off between 6:30 and 6:45 tonight.
Yeah, 'cause she wants to be in at Kettle Kitchen, and I want to watch Dale. And
Yeah.
folks, the reason I like Dale, Dale likes to say I know a lot. Well, perhaps I do when it comes to specific things. But see, here's the thing. For all that I know, without a good foundation, you ain't got nothing. And Dale, he teaches a good foundation.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how God uses him.
Dale has an amazing devotional every Sunday night.
And that's why I like him. Because, and I watched him one night. He was sitting there scrambling for words that he wanted to use. And in the end, he wound up using,
Okay, Dan, you have a good evening, hon.
all right, Dan, take care. And in the end, he wound up having to use simple words. Well, those were God's words. Because they weren't words that Dale was actually wanting to use. He was wanting to try to find a better way of stating it, a more elucidating way of stating what he wanted to state. But in the end, he wound up using simple second, third, fourth grade words. Those were God's words.
And those words were meant for somebody that might not have understood the other words.
No, not makeup. Goodness gracious. And that's how I knew it was from God, because he was sitting there fighting with it. You know, he was wanting to look for other words, and the Spirit was putting those words to him. Wouldn't let him think of anything else but those words. And I could see that. And that's how I know he's got the goods. He's legit. That what he was saying was coming straight from God. So it wasn't so much that it was him. That was God showing that it was God putting that in there. And I told him as much. Yeah, I know, Abby, you always got to get me. But you ain't got me yet. So that's why I like Dale's devotionals, because I know what's coming out his mouth has been put on his heart from God. So, and that's how I know that what he's saying is reaching somebody. You know, so that's how I know. That's how I know sometimes things I say, I know it's going to reach somebody. Who? I don't know. If anybody, I don't know. Might not reach anybody, but it might reach someone. Yeah, because everything I say ain't meant for everybody. Everything Dale says ain't meant for everybody. God has it meant to go to someone who we will never know.
Mm-hmm.
Is it somebody that's in that live or in that devotional? Maybe not. Maybe it's somebody that's going to watch the replay. You know, so we never know. But the only thing we have to remember to do is just to be a willing and obedient vessel. Let God use us as He will, and let flow out what He puts on our heart, which is your heart is actually right here. The heart of who you are is right here in your brain, in your head. in your mind, because that's who you are, where you are. You know, uh, that's a educational uh, video for another time. Uh, but this is where you're at. That's where your heart is your mind. And so when Bible says, God said, says that He knows your heart, well, he let you know He knows your mind because that's your heart. But I just an obedient, willing vessel, letting God use them as He will by speaking what He puts on their heart. And you'll know if it's you or not. I've had people thank me for knowledge and wisdom, and I told them, I said, do not thank me for knowledge and wisdom. Because if you find something knowledgeable or wise and the things I say are right, that's God, not me, because only God is knowledgeable and wise. That's how you know. Yeah, I've got a pretty good understanding of some things, but I ain't that good.
Hello, Jen's at home with Jen.
At home with Jen, Daddy.
And everybody, like I said, Dale's devotional is at 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. Kelly Kitchen's live is at 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. And Avid is live tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern. And his guest tonight is Backlash Fisherman and Coastal Waters.
Yep. He's going to have a couple of other guests next week.
Yes, he is.
Yes, hey.
He's going to have Piggy WAY next week at 8 o'clock.
Yep. But anyway, that's why I like Dale. I know he has the goods.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say has the goods, I know the Holy Spirit works through him. Because, especially on that one video, I could tell he was fighting for other words. And he wound up having to use very simple words. And that's what was needed. Because there's something folks don't realize about God. God is actually very simple.
Hey, Aaron, welcome in.
Aaron! Where's he at?
Oh, just come in.
Well, okay, showing up over here, but not over here yet. I do not. Yeah, I do get that. Never mind. I do get that. All right, Mama Bear, you get to feeling better. And know this, we love you.
Most definitely love you.
So, Ginger ain't made it back yet. Ginger, where you at, girl? We're waiting on you. We ain't got much longer left. I know I'm going to start hearing words of pressure.
I said 6:30, 6:45. We've got about.
So we got about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So, oh. Now, go get feeling better. Shower curtain.
Is that your shower? What your shower curtain looks like back there? Green flowers? Oh, sage green and cream.
Yeah, that's our curtains on that big picture window.
Yeah. Yeah, my favorite color is sage green, so that's what I picked to go up in here with sage green.
He said it's similar.
Similar?
Keep them going. Piggy got to go visit his wood chip.
Okay. Yeah. I told Piggy I needed something besides them ugly green blinds that were up there. Them green blinds were a good 30 years old, I think. Old and ugly. So I ordered curtains to put up. I've got solid sage green on the door and the window over there. And I've got the flowery cream ones here. So got that put up. Love my sage green. Making sure I'm not missing anything. saw where Buck said he'd made did an elk and some wolves today. I think they turned out good. Like I said, Buck, if they turned out anything like your other work that you've done, they're amazing. Gotta be. Oh, man. There I am. About space. Piggy's back. Now I've got to make my turn.
Oh, okay.
I'll be back in a minute or two.
Buck said he likes emerald green.
That's pretty color.
That's pretty color. I like blues and yellows and reds, and I like some grains. I know why Ginger had to go. She ain't made it back yet. They wear them insulated overalls a lot. Understandable, a little cool down there, and they have to be careful how they use their heat off grid and all like that. That can be some rough living. Harry, are you welcoming back? Or are you welcoming yourself back? Are you welcoming? Oh, you not be welcoming me back. Okay. Well, thank you. See, I'll be a little slow sometimes. Well, I'm talking about the color too, Aaron. I don't know what you mean. I could take a guess. Because you're a adventurous experimenter. I do that all the time. I think I stay in a state of confusion, Aaron. Brown grass is no good. Well, Jefferson, that might depend on who you're talking to and the kind of brown grass you're talking about. There'll be some that tell you some types of brown grass is mighty good. If it's grown right and ain't been tampered with. Oh, man. Well, they call me the guinea pig. They call me the happy guinea pig. Little bandit reference there, as in Smokey and. Damn, 9 Acre Family Farms, you're not late, sir. You're right on time. We've got you pinned at the top. Be able to come by and see guy. So I'm gonna be there too.
Where you gonna be?
Aaron said, I was just checking in, Dale.
Oh.
He just come in. He said, sorry I'm late. He ain't late. Dale, all things happen when they're supposed to happen.
Yep.
There's nothing that God did not plan to be when it was supposed to be. So you might feel like you're late, but according to the program, you're right on time.
Yeah, y'all have a good evening, Aaron.
All right, Aaron, you take care. Might be a little late, but you're probably 4:20 when you get home. That's all right. That's your thing. Well, you're welcome, Dale. But like I said, that's just the truth of it. There is nothing that does not happen that God did not plan on. He put this whole thing together like a computer program. There is nothing out of line. You got here when it was planned for you to be here. That means you're on time.
See it.
Because it ain't my time to choose, it's God's time to choose. So, just like people don't make it. Well, it wasn't planned for them to be there. Can't get mad at that because that's God's plan, not mine. So work with that. Think on it. Might surprise you. These are the types of things that I think about. I was telling Elaine, I was thinking about that time that God put us in a little time bubble. It was really weird. It allowed us time to do what we had to do and get that lady out of harm's way and everything. Well, the other day, I was standing by the car. And he hit me with another level to that. And that level was not only did he have us at a different rate of time as those outside that bubble, but he worked it to where those outside that bubble didn't know that time had been messed with. To them, time was going on like time was supposed to, while it was going on like it was supposed to inside that bubble. Yet they was held back long enough for us to do what we had to do inside that bubble. I'm still working on that one. The types of things that get put on my head to think about. So Elaine and I talked about it, and we finally concluded that God worked it to where time was still moving at the same rate it was supposed to in the bubble and outside the bubble. But what was in the bubble was different from what was outside the bubble. God would be the only one that could work something like that and still not mess nothing up.
That's good.
Doug and Jefferson, y'all talking about things I've heard about but really don't know a whole lot about. And yeah, I do. I had some friends who dibbled and dabbled, and I heard a whole lot about the Colombian and the Hawaiian. But I've never tried it. I probably never will. Some things I've experienced, I have been tempted to just do that and zone out. But at the same time, I wouldn't be able to because I've had to quit smoking because I got to where I couldn't breathe. I've got asthma on top of that. So as much as I liked smoking, I'd rather breathe.
Yeah, I'm rather fond of breathing myself.
I was smoking my cigars and sitting there and get to coughing, wasn't doing nothing but coughing and gasping. Couldn't get a breath. And it reminded me of my daddy going through the emphysema. I put that cigar down that day and I hadn't had one since. I dipped to keep from wanting a cigar, but hadn't had the courage yet to let that go. But at least I can breathe. So, yeah, Dale, you just think on that. Everything's always at the right time because God planned it that way. There is nothing in this world that happens that God does not know about or isn't going to know about because he already knew about it because he done wrote it and put it in action. So for him, it's already history. We're just living history.
Did you tell the difference when you quit Piggy? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was a difference between breathing and not breathing. That was a big difference. It's not my thing, Jefferson. Yeah. I don't care if anybody else does it. That's their thing. They want to do it. That's, their money, their time, the way they want to do things, what they want to experience, and all that. And as long as it's people that are being responsible and putting their families, kids, bills, and life first before that, and not getting out on the road impaired with it and everything, I ain't got a problem with you. It's those that choose to get screwed up and then get out on the road or take money away from their family and kids in order to have it. That's when I have a problem with it. Especially if you get out, especially for the family and the kids. But even more so for me when you get out on the roads with it, because then I have to deal with you. And, when it gets to that point, then you're infringing upon my rights of life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. Because you could potentially take that away from me. And when your rights, what you think are your rights to do, infringe upon mine, then we got a problem. And anything beyond not on the road, like I said, families, kids, bills, and all like that, you take it away from them. Yeah, I'm going to have a problem with you then too, because I'm going to think you're a piece of crap because you're doing something that's taken away from your family and kids and your bills. And then you become a hardship for everybody around you. That's when I have a problem because you're creating a problem for everybody around you. But as long as you're responsible with your stuff and it's not creating problems for others around you and all that, go for what you know. Have a blast. Because that's your life, ain't mine.
We're getting close to that.
We're getting close to that.
Yeah, we got about 2.5, 3 minutes.
I never did see Ginger come back. Well. Thank you, Dale. That's just me. That's how I try to be. It's just the truth of it. Personally, I think they should take all the safety tags off the stuff and let natural selection take back over. Because people are going to do what people want to do. Bottom line.
Mm-hmm.
You take this way or that way, they're still going, there she is. I thought maybe you had trouble with them coveralls and was going to tell you might need to find some coveralls that's got a back door like Jethro and Ellie Mae's long johns. Might help. But I try to be about the truth because I ain't got no room up here for lies. Ain't got enough room up there to try to keep track of lies.
That's what I started saying. I have a hard time remembering day-to-day things. I don't want to try to keep up with the lies.
I sometimes don't remember one day from the next, much less try to keep up with lies.
Yeah.
I had to chunk a whole lot of knowledge. Associate's degree in computer engineering and electronics here. I still know some basics. And it's about 13 years out of date, but I ain't no dummy. But had to chunk all that because wasn't nobody listening to me no how. Why keep it in my head? And hindsight 2020 and seeing what God has for you to do and prophecies being fulfilled that were given to me over 40 years ago, I am fulfilling those prophecies today by doing what I do here. And ain't no room up here for the worldly knowledge I had gained because got to wait on God put stuff on my brain, in my heart to speak about. And, and when the time comes for that to happen, whether it happens while I'm on the live or it happens when somebody video calls me or we talk in messages or something else, when we went down to Ginger and Joe's, I think they got a little bit, because God showed me how each of them are. Very, very nice things I got to see, by the way.
Most definitely, but most definitely.
And, so truth is, you got to keep it being the truth. And again, like I say, how'd it go?
Hey there.
Stop by for a minute. Appreciate it. We got about a minute.
Yep.
We got other things we got to do.
Yeah.
But, again, like I said, if knowledge or wisdom you find in what I say or what I write, that's God, not me. Because I'm not that knowledgeable, nor am I that wise. Only God is. So with that said, I guess I'm going to get out of here so that we can branch out to go to where we're wanting to go. I'm going to go to Dale's and she's going to go to Kettle Kitchen. And
well, I've got Dale's pulled up too, so I'll be listening to both of them.
Okay.
But everybody, if you want to go to Dale's Devotion, the link is at the top of the chat. I did not put the link in for Kettle Kitchen, but anybody wants to go there for the live stream for the middle November live stream, you're welcome to do so.
And Dale, if you want to watch the replay later, you'll find out why I tell everybody why I like coming to yours. I ain't going to tell you now.
Okay, so.
All right. All right, folks. Piggy loves you.